You're ruining a football legacy with all of this bizarro world garbage.
I don't know how much I have to say about the fact that the man's clearly a lunatic.
No, there's a lot of penis too.
How can he continue to be a draw if you just lose over and over again?
All I do is lose, 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 no matter what. Yeah!
More penises. We already had 5. Show 10 penises.
I was just thinking more salad. But that could also work.
I was the one person willing to tell her what her friends and family weren't at the time.
Have you tagged her? Have you reached out via social?
It has followed me for 10 years. And a lot of people hate me because of the take.
Do you expect an apology?
This is going to be the week where people are hitting us up like, yo, man, this over the top thing.
I don't like to toot my own horn, but this might be our best work.
Can I just get a fruit basket, Nikki?
From Wondery, I'm Michelle Beadle.
And I'm Salad Rosenberg.
And this is Over the Top. Here is how this show works. Best stories of the week in sports and pop culture face off. We crown a champion. We just answer the simple question, what is the undisputed most important thing on planet Earth this week? We're going to decide it the only way we know how. Royal Rumble rules. We start with 2 stories. We decide which one's more worthy to discuss and which one has to go. After 90 seconds, a new story will be introduced and we'll have to decide whether we want to keep talking about our current story or switch to the new one. We do not know the order of stories coming our way, but we do decide which ones get thrown over the top rope. Peter, what's up first?
All right, here we go. Our first topic's fighting out in the squared circle. Michigan and Washington facing each other in the college football championship. Up against, well, with a win over the Bengals, Kansas City has locked up a spot in the playoffs despite some very mediocre performances from Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift's boyfriend in the last month of the season. Do you want to talk about the college football championship or where are things at with these Kansas City Chiefs?
This is a Sophie's choice. You know what? Let's do the college championship. I can't believe that myself. I know. I don't know who I am anymore. Clearly, it's new year, new me. So Taylor Swift's boyfriend and company, over the top you go, my friends. I'm sure you'll be back at some point. All right. I'm going to say it, Peter. I actually was interested. More so than I thought I would be. And I won't bitch and whine about the late start for the second game, being as you and I are both on the East Coast. And, you know, sometimes you do need a little bit more than 5 hours of sleep. But hey, I love the idea that the Pac-12, now dismantled, may have a champion, or that the scandalous one, Harbaugh, is about to possibly run away with the hardware as he heads into the NFL, having hired an agent. Perfect timing, sir. Chef's kiss to Harbaugh.
I don't disagree with you that I actually enjoyed. Why am I lying? I don't have to lie anymore, right? I watched the end of Michigan, Alabama.
Counts.
It was very entertaining. Exactly. Count it. Well, I'm with you. We've chosen the college football championship, but since neither of us care that much,
fair.
Can we spend a moment talking about this insanity between Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel, please?
Yeah, but I'm really trying to start my year off without agita and ulcers. But go on, by all means, carry on.
So I all of a sudden I see something trending that on his Pat McAfee appearance for the week, Aaron Rodgers said something about Jimmy Kimmel ending up on the Jeffrey Epstein list.
Yes, you're getting it exactly right, yes.
So I didn't understand what was going on, and I'm like, am I not in on the joke? Like this, what's going on here? Or is he just like a full crazy person? And Jimmy Kimmel has responded. I'm going to read the tweet for you here. Dear asshole.
Oh, good start.
For the record, he did spell asshole wrong. He put in 2 A's. Maybe it was intentional.
Because it's A-soul, like Aaron.
Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb and you're so smart.
So smart.
Dear asshole, for the record, I've not met, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any, quote, list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brained wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up, and we will debate the facts further in court. At Aaron Rodgers 12.
Damn.
Hey.
Damn.
Yo.
Damn.
God.
Hold up. Because part of me, my initial reaction was like, is this a long joke? We know Kimmel's affinity for pranks, and some of them go on for months and months with his friends. This doesn't feel like a joke. He does tend to mock Aaron Rodgers in a lot of his monologues. But let me ask you this, Peter. Look, we've all learned over the course of the last couple of years that Aaron Rodgers has become quite the unbearable one. I don't find his shtick entertaining or compelling in any way whatsoever. It's not
save
for
your
me.
over-the-top buzzer. We're not done with this yet.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
get out of
Beadle.
here. But what is his end game here? What is his point? Are we going to now start dredging up names that we think are on lists? And even if what is Aaron Rodgers doing?
This was such a bad move by Rodgers. Rodgers said also in his McAfee appearance that basically any writer who's critical of him, he wants to see what their vaccine status is. Like as if to say, anyone who ever opposes me obviously was in favor of the vaccine. To which, of course, I say, well, if they were gainfully employed and in America and not a privileged little biatch who could fudge and kind of lie about their status, they were probably obligated to be vaccinated. That's kind of what happened, regardless of your stance on it. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. So he's been using this as like a weapon to fight back against people. He obviously does not like the fact that Jimmy Kimmel took the piss out of him so much. So he immediately believes some random, where did he get this? Where?
There's the question. What websites does he frequent?
Well, but I know, but Beadle, we know he's so good at research. Remember? He researches everything himself.
One of the best, yeah. No, he is a researcher amongst men. I have a lot of vaccines, starting from when I was a baby. Tuberculosis, scoliosis, polio, flu, who knows, tetanus. I guess we have to start writing all that down. I don't get it. You're ruining a football legacy with all of this bizarro world garbage.
Well, and mostly,
it is amazing.
And now the main part of it is, it's not even specifically, yes, it's specific to the vaccine, but it's more specific to him like trying to win. Like you're trying to hang on the rim and hold a middle finger up to everyone who disagreed with you. Like, dude, tell you the truth, as much as I did not agree with Aaron Rodgers, by the time this football season started, like I wasn't thinking about it. We're years removed from the pandemic. Like, dude, you're the one who's obsessed with it. And now you went after, you were on an ESPN show and you went after one of the biggest personalities at Disney. Dude.
Ain't gonna end well.
No.
It's Trump. He got trumped. Okay, fine. You know what? At least he's the gift that keeps giving. We can almost count on him to get us through the next coming months. Up next. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, up next. Whew, they're testing me. Conor McGregor said he will make his return to the UFC octagon versus Michael Chandler on June 29th. Do we want to continue talking about college football as we technically did, Peter? Or switch to McGregor?
I think we've done everything on college football that needs to be done.
Yeah, that was extensive.
I mean, but let's just be realistic. We have to know, our little podcast that we're building right now, how many people are really coming to Beadle and Rosenberg for in-depth college football analysis? I would rather go to someone who I think we both agree is one of the all-time non-American douchebags. And that would be Conor McGregor.
Sorry, college football, as you could tell by the amount of words that we dedicated to you versus the crazy man who screams in the air, Aaron, nothing left for us to say. Over the top you go.
He is back. He's fighting Michael Chandler. I believe he will get his ass handed to him by Michael Chandler.
Good Lord willing.
All he does is lose.
All I do is lose, no matter what. Yeah.
I just don't understand. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't understand the fascination with McGregor. First of all, in his prime, he was awesome and he had really memorable fights. He's also, when he wants to be, charming and interesting. He can be that guy. He also can be an awful, just bully, racist, nasty heel as he was in the lead up to Floyd Mayweather. So you always get a different version. Plus, there's all the outside the octagon stuff that is everywhere. That
Oh, you mean sucker punching old dudes? I think that's charming.
that, by the way, that's one of them.
That's
There
one of them.
are other ones, other accusations out there as well. That one's just on video.
Yeah, that's on video and involving a man. We could get into the other stuff, but
So there's just so much different stuff. I get it. People are fascinated by him. He is one of those personalities.
yeah.
I'll just say about this, the thing I said before his last loss. How can you go back to him if he loses again? How can he continue to be a draw if you just lose over and over again? So listen, truth be told, I'll probably end up with my eyeballs on the fight. And that is why he's back. But man,
yes.
there are a lot of like perpetual main event losers in UFC. A lot of people who really get fights, it seems, because of their hateable personalities. And McGregor, unfortunately, these days has become that kind of guy too. All right.
Yeah.
Make sure your parents are out of the room for this next challenger. Because reviews and reactions to the new movie Saltburn have been going viral. Thanks to some pretty crazy scenes, including one that has something to do with a bathtub. Do we want to keep talking about Conor McGregor or switch to Saltburn? I already know the answer to this. My guess is Beadle wants to move away from Conor McGregor, who she's not a huge fan of in the first place,
Over.
and talk about this movie that she spent time watching over the holidays, Saltburn.
Yes, look, I will say this. I once considered myself amongst Conor McGregor fans because I thought the shtick was entertaining and funny. But
It was.
like you said, it has long worn out its welcome. I hope he gets beaten, and I hope it happens fast, and perhaps maybe a little bit of blood. Is that wrong to ask for in a fight? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
What? It's part of the thing that people watch fighting for.
Thank you.
Beadle.
Love blood. Speaking of, Saltburn. Okay. Have you seen it, by the way, before I start?
So I started Saltburn on New Year's Eve. I had a crazy night. And we just were like, you know what? It's late and I don't feel like starting this movie. And I have to tell you, the first 10 minutes did not draw me in. And I just wasn't trying to do it on New Year's Eve. I know it was supposed to be crazy, but I was like, we'll do it another day. That's as far. I made it like literally the opening scene or two, and that's it.
Which is shocking because the opening scenes, and for much of the first probably hour, it's just your sort of run-of-the-mill, kid that's weird, wants to be with the cool kids, that kind of story, right? But man, when it takes a turn, Peter, it is disturbing and bizarre, which means I weirdly liked part of it, but I was disappointed by the ending. It was like a cheap, poor man's version of Talented Mr. Ripley. Spoiler alert. But that being said, am I allowed to give away this? Can I just tell you the one scene that is the bathtub scene? You have to know this. You know Jacob Elordi, the tall guy that's in Euphoria? He's handsome as all get out, right?
Yeah, you know what? I saw him pop up the other day on the SNL schedule. And I'm like, oh, it's the guy from you. At first, I see his name. I don't know his name. The dude has like 15 million followers. I'm like, the guy from Euphoria.
Chicks do love him. Chicks love him, and in this movie, so do the dudes. Because the old saying, "I would like to drink his bathwater," was put in film.
Oh, is that the?
No. There's a lot of penis too. Anywho, coming in hot. You just have to. The entire final 4 minutes of the movie is a naked dance scene with a pee-pee.
But by the way, last thing I'll say before we move on. That is so perfect for this dude to be in that movie because that's what Euphoria is as a show. Like Euphoria,
it's not his pee-pee though, for the record.
No, I understand. I it's disappointing to some, I'm sure, but like Euphoria to me as a show was literally just a constant attempt at shock value. Like every episode was like, how can we push more penises? We already had 5. Show 10 penises, but beat that person up. Show the blood. We need more blood. Say something dirty. Where are the tits? Where are the penises? I feel like that was the meeting every week at Euphoria. It was like.
By the way, we've already clipped the video for this week's promo. More penises. Okay.
All right, I'm sorry.
Ooh, I'm sweating. The Knicks and Raptors. Let's get serious for sports for a second. They kicked off the NBA Trade SZN. Yeah, you know what? This was actually kind of a big deal because I was not ready and I didn't have it on the old bingo card that we'd have a trade this early. But yes, we did. The Knicks and Raptors, 5-player deal. OG Anunoby, now a Knick, playing in New York in exchange for RJ Barrett. And Mr. Quickly,
yes,
IQ, Do we want to continue talking about Saltburn and what the hell was that? Or switch to NBA trades?
Well, I didn't see the movie, and there's only so much Jacob Elordi penis I can talk about.
His penis. It's the other guy's penis.
The other guy's penis. There's only so much penis to be discussed. Let's go to the NBA trade situation.
Sorry, Saltburn. You and all your full frontal male nudity. Nice try. You're over the top.
I'm here in New York.
Yep.
People are sad to see IQ in particular go. I think people were ready to move on from RJ Barrett. As good a kid as he is, the disappointment was strong enough that people were ready, whereas IQ was really a fan favorite.
No.
Yeah, people really, really like IQ. But listen, I think it's a fairly good deal for the Knicks. Again, another not earth-shattering, but sort of smart move by the Knicks potentially. But I want to ask you more about what the NBA trade operation is like. You're very close with Shams Charania.
Yes.
Yes, the man. Well, I'm contractually obligated to call him the second man.
That's fair. And I'm contractually obligated to call him the man. So here we are.
Either way, him and Woj, the two biggest names who do this, we know that.
Yes.
And you work closely with Shams. What is this time of year like for someone who's manning the phones?
You know what's funny is that we will be out in Vegas for Super Bowl week to do our shows, and Shams has to literally come late because he doesn't want to be on a plane for the 2.5, 3 hours that it takes to get from his hometown of Chicago to Las Vegas on the off chance that the Wi-Fi sucks and he misses something. So he is the youngest guy that works with me on that show and by far the oldest in mentality and work ethic, and he's a pro's pro, man. One phone, because I know people are probably like, how many phones does he have? It's just the one phone, but he's on it nonstop. We do a live hour every morning, and there have been times where I go to Shams and he's not paying attention to me because he's on the phone. And I don't take it as an insult. You know, if you've ever dated, you've been through that. Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine of all the people like to get frustrated with if you were a partner of like...
No.
You can't, right?
No, you can't. You have to it's like dating a stripper, then getting mad, then she strips. You can't. That's what you signed up for.
It's a great and really interesting comparison, but a really good one.
I'm bringing it.
Final challenger before the break. The USFL and the XFL have merged to form the United Football League. Do we want to keep talking about the start of the NBA trade season or move on to the USFL XFL merger? I'll tell you, Beadle, I'm sort of interested in the spring football.
Are you? You know what? I'm gonna as a gift, as a late holiday gift.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give this one to you because NBA trade season I love, and we're just now getting into it. We've got a whole 2 months to talk about it. But I'm kind of curious as to what you could possibly be intrigued by this merger.
Sorry, NBA trades. Wait me when Zach LaVine gets traded. Until then, we're moving on to spring football.
Why?
Okay. Well, there are a couple of obvious things.
Okay.
Number one, obviously, the XFL's former ties to WWE is intriguing to me. Mm-hmm. Then, of course, it's now run by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and his ex-wife, Danny Garcia. That interests me. And then you take the fact that you had these two competing leagues, which just didn't make sense.
Right.
By putting them together and making this one thing, could it actually make some sort of dent? My hunch here, Beadle, is yes. I think there's a chance that by it being one league in the spring, it may get some real eyeballs. I really do. Like, remember, XFL pre-pandemic did not do great, but it was doing enough to stay alive. And then the pandemic came in and crushed that season, which was their inaugural return season. Yeah. And it never really picked up the steam since. I think the fact that you're going to combine these sort of semi-known entities into one big entity with big TV partners and The Rock, I don't know. I kind of think it could be something.
So who are they competing with at that point in the sports season, springtime?
A little bit NBA, a little bit of hockey, of course, and then baseball. And honestly, for the hardcore, I mean, dude, think about the amount of people that, I should say that, let me say this nicely, because I love Amazon, everything they do, especially podcasts. Mm-hmm. But the Thursday night games have not exactly been barn burners every week.
No.
And 14 million people still tune into old Amazon Prime to watch a half asleep Al Michaels call a Jaguars-Lions game. I say all of that to say that there are a lot of football thirsty people come springtime who will be ready for a little football.
Oh, wait. Can you gamble on it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Start with that next time, Peter.
Sorry.
Of course, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well said.
Right now, the most important topic of the day, I'm shocked by it as well, is the merger of the XFL and the USFL. So many letters, so little time. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Over the Top. Peter, I cannot wait. What is our next challenger?
Well, let's not waste any time. How about this? You have, of course, the USFL and the XFL's merger, but up against them now, it's being reported that LeBron will serve as the Lakers' point guard going forward for the rest of the season. I don't even think we have to discuss this. With all due respect to The Rock, the USFL, and the XFL, and all of the other parties involved, you're going over the top. Because I know Beadle wants to talk about some LeBron James.
Go LeBron James! Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't most of us assume he should and always will be the point guard, and for some reason, they just strayed off that path for a few minutes? I mean, I believe there are videos when they've been in the struggling sessions, which sometimes go on for games at a time. They currently happen to be in one of those right now, where you can see him talking to Darvin Ham. And it's like, bro, I am the point guard. Go through me. That should always be the case. Until advised otherwise by LeBron James himself, let the man run the show. It's his team. It's his organization at this point. I don't have a problem with this at all, because what is your alternative?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I always feel like the older version of LeBron in particular, but really every version of LeBron, he almost like de facto becomes the point guard anyway. Like no matter what, everything runs through this guy. He can obviously bring up the ball. He's obviously going to always be the best passer you probably have on your team. He's really going to basically be the best everything you have on your team.
The only thing that's different is he's not as tall as AD. That's it. But I would rather have him control everything. Can't believe I'm saying that. What, am I sick?
Come on. I mean, you're being reasonable. The guy is still...
I'm a pro.
He's still out of his mind. He's still, I mean, listen, this is, and also, they got to figure this out, Beadle, or they cannot wait an entire season again and just think, just because we're 8 under 500 with 12 to play doesn't mean we can't go on a run and win the whole thing. They got to pull it together. They're sitting at 500 right now. It's time.
I'm sorry, but they are the in-season tournament champions. Please have some respect for that.
You know.
Yeah. All right, check the burner for this challenger. Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin was caught having one of his staffers tweet disrespectful comments about Ole Miss from a fake Penn State fan account just to fire up his team for game day. Do we want to continue talking LeBron James, the point guard, or switch to Lane Kiffin's burner accounts?
I hate college football. I don't even know anything about Lane Kiffin, and I hate Lane Kiffin just because his name's Lane Kiffin. I mean, or Lame Kiffin. I don't want to discuss him, but LeBron, see yourself out. You're going over the top. Yeah, we got to talk Kiffin.
Burners? Can we talk burners? Yeah, let's do this.
I don't hate this, Beadle. I don't. Of all the use we've seen of like burner accounts, this is like kind of the most harmless and potentially impactful way to use fake accounts.
It's so absurd. Well, and Lane Kiffin is one of, if not the best, troll in all of college football. And he has the advantage of embracing the way of the Utes, whereas his counters, the Sabans of the world, the Kirby Smarts, they're not on social media digging around trying to figure stuff out. Lane Kiffin is very much in that world.
Where does he compare to Coach Cal in Kentucky hanging out at Drake's house?
That's just kind of cooler, I guess. But I don't know that Cal, if I hand him my phone, is necessarily in the know on everything social media.
Right. It's more he knows Drake.
He knows famous people. He is a famous person. But Lane Kiffin's in that world. And I'm with you. First of all, I don't have a problem with a burner account. I find it to be quite funny. Most of the time humiliating if and when you do get busted. But he got busted. They won the game. I don't think there's a problem.
I take zero issue with this. This is, if you think it's something that can motivate your players, why does it matter if it came from an egg with 8 followers or just a fake egg altogether?
I don't know. It makes sense weirdly, and I'm not even sure why I think that.
All right. I've got a little bit of history with this next challenger, Beadle.
Oh.
Nicki Minaj abruptly halted her performance of Starships on New Year's Eve and told the crowd, I don't perform that song no more, y'all. I don't like it. I don't even have to ask, do I?
No, you don't.
Goodbye, Lane Kiffin.
I will throw
top.
him over the top. Boom. He'll
Ow.
be fine. What now? Are you allowed to just stop mid-song?
Well, no. This wasn't a huge concert. This was like a clubbish performance.
A clubbish.
Where it looked like the DJ was just picking songs of her to play. Oh. And they hit Starships. And she's like, nah, I don't play this. Now, I don't know how much you know of my history.
No, I'm here for this.
You really don't know?
I mean, I know a little, but they don't.
You know, okay, let me explain. It's a quick version. 2012, Starships comes out. I did not like the song. I said that on the radio at the time.
Oh, dear.
Then Summer Jam, Hot 97's big concert. Nicki Minaj is performing on the concert. And on the festival stage beforehand, trying to hype up the crowd, I'm basically like, Starship sucks. That shit's bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Turns out the concert was live streaming on her website. I didn't realize that. It didn't go great with her fan base, who can be a little bit active on the web, as it turns out. So Nicki pulled out of the concert. Lil Wayne pulled out of the concert.
Oh, no.
It turned into a whole thing. It led to a long-standing station feud that after like a year was finally solved. But this came after like Nicki saying a lot of things, including like in her interview to me, where I had to like sit there and listen to her kind of berate me. She kind of turned it into this subject that was about all these deeper things like gender and race and patriarchy and all these things. And I just trying to like fix things. And I was just like, yes, you're right. I shouldn't say these things. I am a stupid man. I am wrong. I am bad. And now it's been 10 years. And on multiple occasions, she's been like, that song sucks. I literally won't even perform it anymore. And I guess, Beadle, I'm at the point now, kind of waiting for the apology, Nicki.
I was going to say, do you expect an apology?
Listen, I had to sit there. We did a one-on-one interview. She wore this weird Captain Crunch hat.
Love
and
that.
She stared me right in the face and said, you're not smart. You're not funny. I don't know who you are. You're a man. You're this. You're that. And I kind of was like, and just took it. And now I'm like, wait a second. Her criticism of the song is the exact same that mine was. I said at the time, she's a great artist and a great rapper. This was a bad pop song. I was the one person willing to tell her what her friends and family weren't at the time. It was a bad pop song. Now she knows it to be true. By the way, she just dropped a killer album. It's dominating the charts, okay? She's had a hell of a career, a hell of a run. We have no issues anymore. But with all this constant admitting that Starship sucked, can I get a fruit basket?
Have you tagged her? Have you reached out via social?
You said that like such a mom.
Yes,
Have
socials.
you tagged her yet? Have you socially engaged with her?
Have you slid into her direct messages?
You know, Nicki and I, for a long time, we used to be in contact after all this happened. We were in contact for a long time. We have not been recently.
Well, it sounds to me like we got a reunion waiting to happen, and it could happen right here on this very podcast.
Are you kidding me? That would be something.
Were you sweating, by the way? Because you described that, and I'm sweating for you.
Oh, it was a nerve-wracking time.
Oh, God.
But listen, here's the thing. For Nicki, it was a little footnote throwaway thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing that I'd like to explain to her if she were to ever see this. For you, Nicki, it was a little throwaway thing. You had a little beef with Hot 97. Some DJ said he didn't like the song, blah, blah, blah. For me, if God forbid I'm on a flight next week and it goes down, in my second paragraph, it is going to say, Rosenberg rose to national prominence after it has followed me for 10 years. And a lot of people hate me because of the take. And now the person who it was about agrees with me. Can I just get a fruit basket, Nicki?
I think one's coming. I feel it. Besides, you've pissed off plenty of people between then and now. So
Thank you.
You know, they got.
But for the record, though, don't send me fruit if none of it's chocolate covered. Just want to say that.
You disgust me. Which is a perfect segue into this next challenger. It's not FDA approved. Brooklyn Nets forward Mikal Bridges told GQ, so you know it's real. He has eaten Chipotle That's right. Every single day for the past 10 years. Let that sit. Do we want to continue talking about your apology that we are all expecting now coming your way from Nicki Minaj, or switch to this, what can only be described as an obsession?
Listen, I'm a little biased in this. I probably have more skin in the game with this Nicki Minaj Starships topic than I do Mikal Bridges eating habits. I do enjoy Chipotle, I'll say that. But I don't know how much I have to say about the fact that the man's clearly a lunatic.
I'll tell you what we can do, because it got me thinking, and I've been thinking about this since learning about this every day. I love Nicki Minaj, and I'm going to show her out respectfully. I'm going to guide her down the steps so that nothing happens. Yeah, I want to make sure she's fine.
Okay.
Because it's not necessarily about the Chipotle for me with Mikal Bridges. While it is fascinating to even just think about it and fathom it, and I think for the last several years, he's not even paying anymore. I think he got one of those like secret cards. But it got me to thinking, Peter, if I had to eat the same meal once a day for 10 years, what the hell would I eat? That is impossible to come up with. And he did it. And I'm in awe of that. Do you have any idea?
Well, first of all, I don't hate Chipotle as a choice for that, because I do find a Chipotle bowl to be a nice, delicious, satisfactory, different flavors. You can also alter it a bit each day. Like I'm not mad at that. I don't know why he needs the free bowls. He doesn't need the free card, does he?
Well, you know how it works. The rich get richer.
Yeah, but seriously, my point is this though. This is now the first time it's ever paid off for Chipotle. Finally, it's paying off. What's the point of, with all due respect to Mikal Bridges, it's not like Michael Jordan's walking in there every day. Mikal Bridges could be online at Chipotle behind me. I would have no idea. It could be Mikal Bridges. It could be Leon Bridges. It could be Jeff Bridges.
What are you talking about? We live in New York. How would you not? You would know. You would know.
Never. If he wore a shirt that said Bridges on it, I'd be like, oh my God, are you related to Todd Bridges?
Oh my God, you're now everyone's gonna have to Google Todd Bridges.
So all I'm saying is I'm glad now Chipotle's getting their money worth, because this has become a story. But I don't know. That's a good question. What would it be?
It reminds me of the age-old question of, would you rather eat whatever you want and never have sex again, or have all the sex you want, but you have to eat the same meal every day? Which makes me think Mikal Bridges made a deal with some sort of devil entity, and that is what he is currently doing. That's the only explanation.
Yeah, by the way, though, that's such a stupid question.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I guarantee you and I disagree.
I guarantee we do, but I don't know. Do we?
I like food too much. I can do without
me
the
too.
sex.
That's my point.
Then we're good. We're good.
Everybody's sex intake goes down over time. Everybody's does. No one gets older until you're like on your deathbed. You're hungry. Literally, hunger's the last thing to go. Hunger's so important that when it goes, people are like, I think it's time for them to go.
Exactly. Well, for all animals, that's how we do it. And I'm going to be on my deathbed, and I'm going to want a plate of pasta.
Meanwhile, let me put it this way. I'll close it up like this. There are people on their deathbed who lived a good life, and if you were to find out, you'd be like, they haven't had sex in 27 years. Damn. That's never happened with food. Not once ever.
No. Good. I'm glad we agree. That was a little bit of a surprise, and I'm happy for it.
All right, guys. This challenger is a very big deal to me, to you, to everyone. That's right. The people's champ, The Rock, showed up at Raw this week and delivered a classic, an amazing moment, teasing a long-awaited showdown with Roman Reigns. I'm not even going to ask if we're going to talk more about Mikal Bridges burrito bowls or Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The Rock is throwing Bridges over the top, as maybe he will do at the Royal Rumble at the end of January. Beadle, we have The Rock back in WWE, and in some way, he's obviously going to get into it with his sort of cousin, Roman Reigns. I am here for it.
The WWE nails returns better than anything, any company, any entity, any enterprise of entertainment. And I am happy with everything they've been doing, but this one made me excited. Now, let me ask you this. You're in that world.
Sure.
Did you have any idea? Were there rumblings? I know there are always whispers, and the wrestling community's got a lot of gossip. What did you know?
Absolutely nothing. When I was watching the show, as he gets into the part about Roman Reigns, The Rock starts saying, oh, The Rock's hungry. He might go out to eat later. And if I go out to eat, where am I going to sit? Am I going to sit in the booth? Am I going to sit at the bar? I thought it was a joke. I thought he was going to reference one of The Rock's old jokes about eating pie, which you may recall from the Attitude Era.
I recall, yes.
It was not about eating pie. Then he goes, I'm not going to eat at the booth. I'm not going to eat. Should I eat at the bar or should I eat at the head of the table?
No.
I had no idea. Let me tell you something. Everyone should know this. First of all, you nailed it. WWE basically does returns better than most any entertainment company does anything, right? Mm-hmm. It's exactly why wrestling is the best. Because yeah, you could turn on a random Monday night game between the Hornets and Pistons, and there could be a moment or two that's fun. There's no version in which your world is going to get rocked. And on a random episode of Raw from San Diego, our collective world was rocked. And let me just tell you, behind the scenes, nobody knows stuff like that. That's stuff that really? I would guess before Monday, 3 to 4 people had an idea that it was happening.
Yeah.
And maybe sometime on Monday that number grew to 7 or 8 people who had to know for producing it. But no, no one knows anything. I never know anything. It was amazing.
God. I love it. I'm stoked. It's going to be tough. First of all, who's throwing The Rock over the top? But we're going to try. Our final story of the day. In some sports books, Lamar Jackson is a betting favorite. 20,000 to 1. That's not right. Betting favorite to win MVP after the Ravens. They just took care of the Dolphins, and it was quite embarrassing to watch. Do we want to continue talking about the return of The Rock or how Lamar Jackson will 100% win the MVP?
This is actually kind of tough.
Really? It's not. It's a no-brainer. He's winning it. What else is there to say?
The thing that would be there to say, and I'm not saying who I'm going with yet. Okay. The thing that there would be to say is how sweet this is for Lamar Jackson.
Oh man!
The amount of teams that were just not interested, particularly. Mm-hmm. The amount of doubters.
We know what's up.
It did feel that way, yeah. And even the Ravens seemed to question him, and he doesn't have a, quote, real agent. It's his mom, and there's this, and there's that. And then the guy comes back to have a season like this. But at the same time, it's Rocky.
I know! This is an actual battle here.
What was your gut telling you? Where were you leaning? Just be honest. You were leaning Rock.
I was leaning Rock because I think it's a foregone conclusion for Lamar. And also Lamar, until they get over the hump of the playoffs and the Super Bowl and all that, there's still that haunting them. All
right, you know what? I'm not going to fight with you on this. Over the top, you go Lamar Jackson.
But careful. You have a long playoffs ahead of you.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
By the way, things are wide open for you, Lamar. You could win the whole thing this year, so nice and easy. But I have to tell you, I don't know when this Rock Roman thing is going to happen. That's the new speculation is,
man,
will it be at the Royal Rumble? Will it be at Elimination Chamber, which is a huge event in Perth, Australia at a stadium in February? Will it be at WrestleMania 40? To me, how do you do this and not do it at WrestleMania? That seems
like the obvious, right?
I can't see. There are a lot of different arguments for people as to why you would do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because they have this huge stadium show in Australia, and this would elevate that show and make it seem. I get that, but to me, not to be such a nerd about it, but to be such a nerd about it, The Rock's potential final thing in WWE. This is about so much more than one specific event being successful. This is about the legacy of one of the greatest to ever do it. I just feel like you have to do what's right for that story. And when I say that story, I don't even mean the Roman Reigns story, which has been its own 3-year saga.
It feels like 12.
I know, it's insane. 1,200 days. But the Rock story, which essentially is a family story that goes back so far. So you got to do it at WrestleMania. Again, as you can tell, I know nothing. But my hope is that it's at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I would want that too, Peter, but because it seems like the obvious choice, I think they're going to do it elsewhere. And the Australia thing sounds pretty legit. But that also that's a long flight for The Rock. He's a busy man. I could talk myself out of it.
I know. I'm just sad because I wouldn't get to be there in person. So I'm gonna root for the United States. Guys, that's it. It's been 90 seconds, which means we've come to a decision. The new, undisputed, most important thing on planet Earth this week is The Rock finally calls out Roman Reigns and is back in WWE to some extent. I think we kind of killed it this week, Beadle.
Honestly, of all the ones we've done, this one feels like it ended perfectly.
I feel like this is going to be the week where people are hitting us up like, yo, man, this over the top thing. Psh. It's feeling like it, isn't it?
Yeah, no, this one, I don't like to toot my own horn, but this might be our best work.
I cannot wait to get the gift basket from Nicki Minaj.
Me neither.
I'm sure The Rock is going to thank us, guys. That is it for us. Tune in next week to determine the only thing you need to care about and what goes over the top.